Elias had spent his entire life waiting. He sat in his dusty study, surrounded by the heavy weight of unfinished maps and the silence of a life unlived. He waited for a perfect map, a path of absolute certainty before he would dare to step outside. To him, the unknown was a monster waiting to devour him. Beyond his window, a thick eternal mist swallowed the world. He feared that without seeing the destination, he would wander lost forever in that cold white void. But the truth is, the mist outside never clears on its own, and the sand in his hourglass was running out while he stood perfectly, paralyzingly still. His legs had grown weary, not from the journey, but from the heavy burden of standing in place for decades, waiting for a signal that never came. Like a rusted anchor buried in the mud, his fear had kept him moored to a safe harbor that had slowly become a prison of his own making. One evening, driven by a sudden, quiet desperation, Elias finally pushed open the heavy door. He stepped into the cool, damp embrace of the thick morning mist. The wet grass brushed against his boots, and the world felt small, limited to only the few inches of earth directly beneath his trembling, hesitant feet. Through the haze, a figure appeared. An old gardener was quietly tending to the trees, his movements steady and calm despite the blinding white veil around them. The man looked up, his face etched with the peace of one who knows the secrets of the earth. He held a small lantern that flickered bravely. The light was small, a mere spark against the vastness of the fog, yet it burned with a stubborn, golden intensity that defied the surrounding gloom. It did not reveal the whole garden, nor the distant hills. It only illuminated a tiny circle of reality, a humble space of light and safety. Elias watched him bewildered. How could anyone work with so little vision? He felt the familiar urge to run back to his maps and his walls. "Sir," he whispered, his voice trembling like the light. "How can you find your way when you can only see a few steps ahead of you?" The gardener smiled, a slow and knowing gesture. He raised the lantern, not to see the distance, but to acknowledge the beauty of the present moment. "I do not need to see the entire forest to care for this one tree," he replied. "I only need to see where I am standing." The gardener explained that life is not a grand, sunlit highway. It is a series of small, illuminated steps taken through the mystery of the great unknown. Look at this seedling. It does not know the height of the oak it will become. It only knows the push against the dark, cold earth. It moves toward the light it cannot yet fully see. Growth happens in the dimness, step by tiny step, until the sun finally breaks the horizon. Certainty is a comfort, but it is also a cage. We wait for the map to be finished, forgetting that the map is drawn by the walking. The lamp in your hand is not meant to banish the entire night. It is meant to give you just enough light for the very next step. Like a single note in a symphony, your current action is all that matters. The melody will reveal itself only as you continue to play. As long as you dare to move, the light moves with you. The path does not exist until your foot touches the ground and creates the way. Returning home, Elias did not reach for his compass. Instead, he folded his blank maps and put them away in a dark, forgotten corner of his desk. He took a small scrap of paper and wrote one simple goal. Not a life plan, not a destination, just a single task for the morning. He looked at his meager savings, the bills and the debts. He no longer waited for wealth to begin his dream. He decided to start small. He exhaled the breath he had been holding for 40 years. The pressure to know everything vanished, replaced by a quiet, burgeoning sense of courage. He walked out his gate again. This time he didn't look for the end of the road. He looked at the pebbles and the dirt beneath him. Each step made a sound, a solid confirmation of his existence. He was no longer a ghost in a study. He was a traveler in the world. Do not wait for the pain to leave before you love. Do not wait for the perfect moment to act. The moment is created by your movement. Courage is not the absence of fear or the presence of light. It is the willingness to walk while your legs are still shaking with uncertainty. As he moved, a strange thing happened. Looking back, he could see a clear trail he had left behind. The past was clear, even if the future wasn't. We only get clarity in retrospect. Forward, there is only faith. Behind, there is the evidence of our strength and the miles we have conquered. The sun began to rise, transforming the terrifying fog into a luminous, golden sea. The obstacles were still there, but they were now bathed in beauty. Elias stood on a high ridge, looking back at the tiny room where he had hidden for so long. He felt remarkably light, as if he'd shed skin. He realized that the mist wasn't a wall, it was a canvas. By choosing to walk, he was finally painting the story of his own life. You don't need the whole road to start, you only need the next step. When you stop demanding clarity, you finally find your true freedom. Light your own lamp and step out.